Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above, or Sunday morning if you're on the other side of the planet. So good to see you guys, and I'm excited as always to see what messages come through from Spirit. Before we get started, I do love to send love out to the world because we make an impact, and don't sell yourself short that you sending love to the world doesn't do anything, because it does. When one of us, just one of us, sends unconditional love out to the world, it transforms and counteracts like 7 million people. It's like a great amount of of individuals. Unconditional love energy is so powerful that it counteracts so much. And so when we do it together, it just doesn't even add on top of each other, it multiplies it. So that's why I like to do it in this place here, so that you guys can join me as well if you feel so inclined. Whether you're watching this live or even on replay, because this love is outside of time and space, and we can do it all together. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. Just let that love flow down into our heart and fill us up and flow out to the world, magnifying, surrounding the planet in a giant bubble of unconditional love, touching hearts who are ready to have a higher and higher vibration of love, that our collective will move higher and higher back towards the unconditional love we are. Beautiful. And if you yourself are in need of love in this moment for your mind, your body, your heart, a loved one, a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send this love to you right now. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing the space for this. And before we get into the readings, also, I always have announcements at the beginning, just a couple to let everyone know some things that are available. Every Tuesday, I put out a video about the next Monday's giveaway. Yes, every Monday, I have a giveaway where I give away at least one personal recorded reading. Here's the video from this last Tuesday, because this last Monday I did give away 10 personal recorded readings for a big end of month kind of celebration. And because this month is Mother's Day, has in there in the United States, and there's this beautiful spring, summer energy, that's all around. It's giving, 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 giving type of energy. And so for the rest of this month, I'll be giving away a total of 23 additional personal recorded readings. So be sure to check that out if you want to get into those and see how to do that. Also, here we are almost a full week into May. So if you haven't checked out your May reading for each individual zodiac sign, that's the playlist for that. There's a lot of great information in there because, of course, a ton of transformational energy, like it says right there. Because, we went, the Pluto went retrograde on Monday, and Pluto is the planet of rebirth and rules over Scorpio, which we just had yesterday, the full moon eclipse in Scorpio. So we got all this energy going on. We've got all this, Mercury retrograde still going on. So a lot of reflective, transformational type of things until the end of the month. So what's shaking up in your life? Check it out with those. And then also, I put out at least one pick a card reading per week, and this one from this week was what can help you in your current situation. So those were fun as well. All of them are fun for me, but these were extra fun. So that is, yeah, that's everything that I have there, the blah, blah, blahs. So let's get my desktop all set up here and we will get into the readings. If you're new to my channel or to these readings, welcome. So glad to have you here. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Always good to see all of you. And how these readings work is I do go down the chat first come first serve, so the chat is the list. There's no separate special list. You just put your question out there and then I try to get through as many of the free readings as I can during this session, which is about an hour and a half to 2 hours depending. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading or guidance or whatever. You don't have to put spirit knows what you're looking for, and that they're the ones that just tell me what to say. So, we all don't need to know. Also, if anyone gives a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I do step out of the free readings and prioritize those. And I do pull more cards for those as well than I do for the free readings. And then once I'm done, I return back to the free readings and continue on down the list. Um, to give a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom. I also have a pinned comment, and in the description box of this video, I have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So, however you feel comfortable donating and whatever amount, I don't look at the amounts because that varies from person to person. I mean, a penny to a person can be like $1 million to them, and $1 million to someone could be like a penny, right? So, who am I? I just appreciate any of the energy exchange, and that's how that works. All right. I think that is everything. Yeah. So let's get started. I do have a donation. Hey, Queen Bee. Good to see you. And you want to know, TJ Scorpio, current feelings for you, Leo reconcile. All right, let's take a look here. I am going to start off using these humongous Syrian starseed tarot. So we will start there and let's see what they have for you, Queen Bee. So, what are TJ Scorpio's current feelings for you? All right. Well, that came out fast. Boom. And so those will be for that. And then you also want to know, will you reconcile with the Leo? I believe is what you're asking there. All right. Those three. Wow. Cards are a buzzing for sure. Let's see, they wanted this one too for the end. All right. Let's take a look here, Queen Bee, and see what all is going on here. All right. So, TJ Scorpio's current feelings for you. It feels here there's like a dual message that comes in here. For them, I feel like their energy here is has to do with this master of flames, which is the king of wands. And it's this energy of they have a lot of passion um for you, but not it's attraction, but the emotion, like the I like you, is not there yet. It's more like I like you, I'm attracted to you. But they also have this the king is like an more mature approach to that. They're not like a teenager who is just like hormones going wild, right? And they're just like, oh my god, oh my god. They're just more like, I feel this and I realize it's there, but they don't feel like they have to act on it. And I don't feel like they are right now because this higher self, the high priestess card, is like spirit drawing you inward to really look into yourself, to connect to the higher realms, look behind the veil, go down here into the emotions and swim around because the Master of Flames, too, this dual picture, this represents your higher self, too. So you got your higher self twice. And so it's like your higher self is pulling you inward and upward more so while you're waiting for whatever they're going to do with all this energy that they're feeling. I feel like right now they're just kind of like, just like you can't tell. You can just see a little smirk in their face, right? But it's like, "Well, what's going on? When are you gonna act on this?" And Spirit's like, "Well, in the meantime, work on your self-love, work on your relationship with your higher self with that." So that's what's coming in here with those regarding, teaching. And then, you wanted to know, will you reconcile with oh, for you, okay, I see what you're saying. So I read now before. So is their feelings for you? Will you reconcile with them? So right now, I don't feel like that is a reconciliation, but I asked if you would reconcile, and let me just see what these are here. Yeah, yeah. Again, passion, passion, passion. A lot of passion there. We have the Seeker of Chalices, which is the Page of Cups, and you also have the Seeker of Crystals, which is the Page of Pentacles. And I don't feel like this tells me that you don't reconcile with them, because I feel like you find new love and you have a new opportunity that opens up in the outside world, and I feel like it comes in quickly with this Eight of Flames, because I feel like they just have this passion, but they just don't act on it, you know. And I do see the Six of Orbs, the Six of Swords here, which is a movement from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, old things to new things, old thoughts, new thoughts, old ideas, new ideas. And it is a movement from choppy waters to calmer waters, too. So I feel like this is a movement on away from them, because I just feel like it's very, I don't know, they're very secretive, which is Scorpio, but I feel like they just hold so much inside, and you want flow. I want to know your every thought, almost, right? You're like, I want open communication. I want to feel like I can tell you anything and that you can tell me anything, and that you're not hiding anything and that I don't have to hide anything. I want this. I don't want to have to walk around on eggshells. I want things to flow beautifully, but I feel like that's a tall order to ask of them, and I feel like it's, like I said, you have a new interest that comes your way, someone that is more in alignment to where it's not work to be with someone, where it's easy. I know, what a concept, right? But, that's what I feel is coming in for you, Queen Bee. And that's what they have. So thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And for your general reading, I will do that as well once I go down there, if that's cool. All right. So many blessings to you. And I do have a donation here that did come in through PayPal. So thank you so much, Renee. Let me just move this down. I can see it down here. There we go. Thanks, Renee, for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. I am doing well. I might sound a little nasally because I actually went for a walk today. I know, shock, shock. It was like 70 degrees out, a beautiful breeze, but also there's things blowing around out there. So I'm a little, so I might sound a little lower than normal. Hopefully, you are doing well. And so you have three questions. Let's take a look here. So, question number one: how is that boss viewing you? Let's take a look here. Anything else on the boss? The boss. All right. And then number two. Okay. And so for July, are you transitioning to a new employment? I do want that one. And no, not those. Okay. Oh, they want that one and that one. Okay. And then number three. Oh, all right. So after your day yesterday, ooh. Let's take a look here. Okay. What else? All right. So we've got all your cards. So we'll just flow through these now. So let's take a look here at the boss man. What is going on with them? Wow. Yeah. A lot of royalty here. So you've got the Master of Chalices, the King of Cups, right? Yeah, I was wondering what that was. I go, you went on the luge? You know, like, isn't that like the little thing where they go shh in the Winter Olympics? I was like, well, unique dates. They're all, that's a cool thing to do. But I picked up what you were putting down. You're funny. So anyway, for your boss here, you got the King of Cups, which is balancing of heart and mind. So they have a really balanced approach here. So you've got that, and then you have the Knight of Swords, which is the orbs, which is movement of thought and belief. And I feel like they're always going back and forth, because we've got the Seeker of Flames, which is the Page of Wands, which is fiery and passionate, type of things, not like romantic. I just feel like they're just scattered all over the place. They have the balance of heart and mind, but then they'll whoosh and flip out, right? And then they will change their mind. And, you know, I just feel like are they kind of like, I don't want to say not in a judgmental way, but scatterbrained. I guess that does sound judgmental, but I just feel like they're so busy, they're overwhelmed that they forget they say things and forget, like, oh yeah, 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 that's right, we're gonna do that. Because I feel like you have to remind them sometimes of, well, but we already decided we're gonna do that, didn't we? That email or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, 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 that's right. Um, and they might, even, like, "What are you doing that for?" And blah, 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 right? And then, you're like, "Well, you told me to." And I did? And you're like, "Yeah, here's the memo," or whatever. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, that's right," you know? So I feel like that's why they're trying to do too much, and uh, I feel like they don't delegate enough, and they try to do everything themselves, and that's why they are so protective of their business and so protective of things that they're constantly their minds constantly going here and there. And so when you ask, how do they view me? Well, what time of the day, what hour? Because I feel like it fluctuates depending on everything that's going on, right? But in the end, overall, we do have this balance, heart and mind. And I don't have any, I don't feel like they think negative of you. Overall, if you averaged all the moments, I feel like they are more, um, you know, uh, balanced about it, and they appreciate you, and they don't want to fire you or anything like that. But I feel like that depends on the moment. So, what are you gonna do? But let's take a look here to see if you even need to worry about that anymore, because you've got is there something better coming in July? Let's take a look here. Mm, we do have a lot of flames here. You've got the Justice card here, which is the balancing out of thought and mind, which usually they have the Ace of Swords, which means you're seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away fears, you know, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that may have restricted you and kept you back in the past. Because you have the Eight of Flames, which is fast movement, and the Seven of Flames, where you're on a hill and people down here don't like that you are in a high place. By their viewpoint, it's like you are in this place of, um I want to say authority, but a greater place in life, and where everyone's like, why do you get to be happy? Come back down here and be miserable with the rest of us. And you're like, I know misery loves company, but so does joy, and they have better parties, so I'm gonna party. The sun, does not ask permission to shine. She shines, and if people can't stand it, they can just step out of the sun. And so I feel like with all of this, that there is this movement that comes in here, because especially with this Eight of wands here, it's just fast movement. I feel like suddenly something opens up very quickly, and it's very beneficial for you, where people are jealous that you're able to move into this either position or other company, but there is something definitely better coming for you because I feel this balancing coming in. Um, you are cutting away a lot of these thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you and that have been restricting you. So I like that for you. And then uh Jay, let's take a look here about this date here and what is happening here. Wow. So you have done something to him here. Yeah, quitting or going into a higher position or something. You definitely aren't going to be, it feels like, in the same job that you're doing. You're going up or out, but I don't feel like you're going to be where you are now. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so their feelings right now after your date yesterday, big reflection. We've got the Hermit card here, so I feel like they're really inner reflective. So I don't know what happened there, but we got the Hanged Man here too, which is this transformation, and they're kind of like, okay, what's happening here? And there's like this pausing going on here, but the Ten of Orbs, the 10 of swords, this is usually someone with all these swords stuck in their back, and they're about to let go of all these expectations and have this renewal, which I like, because it feels like they are letting go a lot of the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must, and all of this around um the situation here. So I feel like they realize that you don't have all these expectations like a lot of other people have. You're like really not that you're like, hey, you're breathing, you're good enough for me type of, that's not what I mean. I mean that you like to dig into who someone is and allow them. Yeah, you must have. It's just like, whoa, because it's like has them really contemplating and questioning things and going, yeah, why do I care about all this stuff? And I, it just rattled them in a way that they're just like, it's blew their expectations out of the water, where they're, you know, uh, realizing that not everyone's the same. Is That's how I have it. Like I feel like everyone they've dated before, you could put them all in the same box because it was like they all kind of had the same sort of mindset and different things. But you are weird. You're not normal, and we know that. Yeah, you are like, you know, you're not, you don't have the same things. Your cores are, you know, I feel like the other people had like shallow type of expectations in comparison, but you have these core things that they're just like, wow, wow, yeah, and I feel like they're meeting like what they have in on the inside of them instead of their mind. They're matching like their heart, and I feel like this is what has happened because they're ready to go chunk all their expectations out the window, and they're going through this wonderful transformation. But you did definitely trigger them into some inner reflection where they want to see things from this higher perspective. The hangman is they hanged upside down, and they're like, wow. So I feel like you just kind of did something with them that it's very positive. It's not negative. I feel like they're kind of intrigued is a good word. Um, Shocked, maybe. No, not shocked, but kind of like pleasantly surprised. Uh, and like I said, taken aback a little bit, which is good. They're like, wow, this is not again, you in a very complimentary way, you're unusual. Yeah. So I feel like with that hanged man, they want to still kind of take things a step out of a time. The transformation of a caterpillar to a butterfly. They don't want to rush in, but I feel like they're just like intrigued, and they're like, wow, there's so much more to you than the people I've met before, and I love it. And so I feel like there's interest definitely there. Yeah. So I like it. That is what I have for you. So much, Renee, for your donations. I greatly appreciate that. And enjoy your adventure. I'm excited for July and your next date. I'm living vicariously through you. You know that though. I'm like, I can't wait. All right. So, Christy, thank you so much. You are up next. Yay. Okay, good. Good, good, good. I have you on my list. It's like the outstanding check that hasn't been cashed yet, right? I'm like, you're on the list. I have it. I know. I'll wait for it whenever you want it. You're fine. There's no rush. All right, Christy. Thank you so much for your donation. And you had asked up above, I believe. Yes, you like a general reading, I believe. So thank you so much for your donation, Christy. Much appreciate that. So let's take a look here and see what they have for you. All right. I do want that one and that one. And what else? All right. I do want that one. Ooh, those two. Okay. Anything else? All right. I think those are it. No, there's one. Okay, let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. All right. So we've got this Nine of Chalices, the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment card coming in here, emotional wish fulfillment, and the Seven of Flames, Seven of Wands, standing out. People like we just had here. This card came flying out again, and this is all about people kind of being like jealous or feeling low about themselves because of you're having these wonderful things that are unfolding in your life. Like we talked about with your reading, blessings, right? You're just like, oh my gosh, there's just it's coming in here, and people are like, what's going on? She must be a witch. I'm just kidding, like burn the witch, but it's not. They're just like they're feeling low about themselves, and they're going like, wow, wish I could have all that. And like I said before, uh, you know, I love that. I'm making it part of my, of what I say, what comes through in this card because I loved it so much. Where these people go, misery loves company, and you're like, but so does joy, and joy throws better parties. So I'm choosing joy. And it's like, if you want to choose joy, come with me. If not, stay down there because I don't want your negativity around this wonderful energy, this bubble that you feel that you're in, with all this wonderful things unfolding in your life. And I really, really like that. And that does come in here with the um Three of Pentacles here, which is all about you being true to your authentic self, and the Sage of Orbs, which is the Queen of Swords in the Standard Tarot, which is all balancing heart and mind. But you're like, I'm staying true to me. I'm not going to be drawn off in directions by people's negativity and or people that are like, I'm not going to be praise you or give you my support anymore if you don't, start acting the way I want you to. You're like, bye-bye. So I like this, that you're choosing you, and you're choosing to be the authentic you, to come forward. And part of all this, of course, does have to do with the fives here. You've got the Hierophant, which is all about digging deep and finding out the capital T truth of who you are, and who do you want to be. And it's like that's where that authenticity comes in here too. And it has to do, you really have looked into these feelings of the Five of Pentacles, which is the abandonment, the left behind, the lack, and all of those. And you're just like, I was tired of living in this cold cave, thinking this is all that I deserved. And you can see the difference. Look at the warmth and the just the dawning here. And this just feels like dusk is about to come in. It's about to get very cold. But this is where you've been diving into, and what is unfolding for you here. And I like it. You're really discovering It's like a scavenger hunt to determine and find out what you want to do uniquely to share the unconditional love in your heart with the world. And this hierophant is this diving deep and this altering because of so much stuff that you were told all your life of what you're supposed to do, who you're supposed to be, blah, 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 blah. So I feel like it was so impressed upon you with these roles and people identifying your talents and telling you this is what you should do, this is what you need to do. And so you kind of like all of us, right? We give up our dreams when we're younger, and because we're like, well, I don't want to get ostracized and run out of the city like Frankenstein, "Oh, they're weird, burn them," all those people chasing after him with the torches. It's like, I don't want that, but now you're like, "You know what? Bring it on." Because I am ready to stand up, and, of course, you do have the strength now too, which is you have your higher self here and your human self coming together, walking hand in hand now, so you don't feel like you're alone, like, in the beginning, the tiger or the lion in the regular tarot feels like they're walking this earth alone, and they're desperate to feel fulfillment and to feel whole, because the outside world isn't bringing us what anything that'll make us feel very full for very long, if at all. And then our higher self, we meet them and they give us the love we're looking for, and we're like, it's almost like we fall in love with ourselves and going, "You're the one I've been waiting for all my life." And they're like, "I know." And it's like this wonderful walking hand in hand or hand in paw, through life in a different way. And I really like this. I mean, I just feel like more and more you're getting this clarity moment by moment, almost, it feels like, where you really are understanding what you want to do and where you want to head, and what you want to do with your life. And you're really determining your true north. I got my card over here somewhere. Maybe it might be buried somewhere, but oh, here it is. So, got my sticky notes on it. I have a little post-it note that I have my true north that I keep on my calendar, so that when I'm scheduling stuff and figuring out what I'm doing with all my time and projects and stuff, I'm like, does this align with my heart's desire? And if it's not, is it what I need to stay alive? And if it's not, then it's like, it's not as urgent as it's demanding itself to be, and it gets taken off the list. And I'm like, I have other things to invest that energy into. And we leave behind relationships that no longer serve us, emotions that no longer serve us, beliefs that no longer serve us. And so there is this beautiful, you know, transformation that continues and continues. That Hierophant is really taking you deep into the maze of your heart to find that peace. And I feel like you're just, I don't know if you ever remember, there was an old game. I think it was on TV. It was like a game show on TV a long time ago. They also had like the game board version ish, where you would put all the little tiles face down, they would fit in, and then you would turn this little knob, and this picture underneath is there. You don't know what it is yet, but then you start taking and trying to match tiles, and if you match them, you get to take them away, and then pictures are revealed, and then more of the picture is revealed, and then more of the pictures revealed. Sooner or later, you're like, I think I know what this is, and I feel like this is the journey that you're on. Is you've been taking away tiles, and you're like, I think I'm starting to see the form of this. I see that it's a person, and I think I might know who it is, or I think this is a career. I think I know what it is, or I think this is this. I think I know what it is. And I just feel like this is opening up for you, and this is what's going on. So that is what I feel they want you to know right now, that you're just in the perfect place. You're on the perfect path. Continue to do what you're doing because it's working. It's revealing. It's coming. So I like it for you, Christy, and that's what they have. So many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation. I really greatly appreciate that. You're so funny, Renee. Yeah, you are weird, not normal, and that's good. Coming from an Aquarian, that's a compliment anyway, but it's not coming from me. It is coming from spirit, which is even more of a compliment from them. All right. So I think that is everything of all the donations. So we will go to the top and start with the free readings here. So, Divine Feminine Chronicles, you are up first. I am well. I hope you are well. And you want to know if Maxine had good intentions when she said what she said. Ooh, okay. Say what you're going to say, right? All right. So these are the cards. Let's see what we got here. Um, mostly I feel like there was some good intentions here. With the uh, King of Cups, which is this what this is, balances heart and mind, and the Lovers card here is about emotional choice. But we have the Eight of Wands here, the Eight of Flames, which can be a lot of energy coming in, which when I say mainly and mostly, and maybe even at first, because what happens is when we're in our human mind that is intelligent and compassionate and loving, we say intelligent, loving, compassionate things. When something triggers within us, when our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control in some way, then this is gone. And when then we say unkind, unintelligent, unloving things. And so uh the nice things that are said, the loving things that are said are from the heart, I have good intentions. And the things that are not, they're not even there. Maxine was not there. There was a little cat named Max, we're gonna call. They have a cat mind named Max. When they're in fear, they hiss. So if there was hissing, that was the cat mind Max. The loving stuff was from Maxine, the mature, adult, loving being that's there. So it's important for us to know the difference, that what people say and do is not who they are. They're just things that they said and did, but it's not them. And there's a difference. There's two of us that are living this human experience. This human with our cat mind that when it feels unsafe, it hisses and attacks or hisses and runs away. And then the actor behind the character, that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. So we can always tell the difference. Was it loving? Okay, that was up. Was it unloving? Okay, then it was that. So uh, you know, and it's like when you rescue someone who's drowning, right? They're panicking. That's not them. They're smacking you upside your head with their arms flying over the place, and they grab onto you and try to drown you. That's not them. That's the panic. That's the survival mode of I've got to live, and you're going to be my raft, and then they get to shore and they're like, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed that I treated you that way, because that's what happens. So that's what the message is for you, Divine Feminine Chronicles. So many, many blessings to you. And we will continue down the list. All right. So, Dijona Sturgis, you are up next. So, whatever comes out, let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Okay. These top two. All right. Yeah. You do have some changing emotions here. We've got the Adept of Cups, or of Chalices, the Knight of Cups, which is the movement of emotion. And obviously, the Eight of Chalices is a movement card of emotion. And you're actually walking away from emotions that no longer serve you, and relationships that no longer serve you. You're headed off to this Nine of Cups, which is the emotional fulfillment, emotional fullness, like a dream wish come true card that comes after this. And so this is what you're doing. You are having this flow of emotion in your life, allowing things to release, allowing things, you're pouring out all these cups that have old, bitter, sour waters, right? And you're washing those cups, and then they're open to be filled with new love from above, and um, more higher vibrational love from the outside world. So that is what they're saying, and I like that. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, and All right, Divine Feminine Chronicles. Thanks for being my first like. And that's a great reminder for me, too. Thank you for mentioning that. Thank you for liking the video. And also, thank everyone who gives the video a thumbs up. It's a small thing, it seems like, but it's free. And the YouTube algorithm loves it and it helps spread the Zen love. So, thank you guys so much for all of you that hit the like button because it does help you be part of the love tsunami. So, thank you. Sorry, itchy. Okay. So, double, triple, quadruple X, you'll be my next free reading, but I do have a donation coming in here. Let me just grab this real quick here. All right. So, thank you so much, Renee, for your additional donation here. Let's dig in a little deeper here. So, you want to know here, are they interested in anyone else? Okay, let's take a look here. Anything else around that? Okay, no. And then okay, so how based on current energies, when we're talking about the future, of course, that changes, depending on people's actions and people's choices too, right? So based on current energies right now, this is what the next couple months are going to look like going into the summer. So let's see. Interested in anyone else? No. No, we've got the 9 of crystals, the 9 of pentacles. This is, them, in a garden by themselves, so they are not interested in anyone else. This is aloneness, right, with spirit. And we have the adept of orbs, which is the knight of, swords, and so, no, they're focused on this movement of thought and belief and mindset, and so I don't feel like there's someone else there. I feel like they are really you've done something. Here comes that hermit energy again. You got him thinking, like, wow, wow. And I feel like if there was anyone they were interested in before, if there even was, I feel like it was like in that box of everyone else that they're all the same. They're like, well, I guess can always date that person, like they're like all the others. But now that you've come along, the weird one, the not normal one, they're like, "No, I'm chunking that box away." So I really feel like you got them thinking, but they're like, "Yeah, why would I want that? Because this is something different." And so they're like, "I don't want what I've always gotten before. I want different. I want more." And I feel like this is what they're coming in here. So let's take a look here and see what these next months are bringing in here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we do show here with the 6 of crystals, the 6 of pentacles, is this balanced approach to giving and receiving. I like that. 4 is the emperor, which is them really stepping into their decision making and deciding what they want. Uh, Again, this is Aries energy, which is a lot of new beginnings, a new fire coming in, but they're like telling all of the um advisors that are in the throne room with them going blah 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 about the supposed to, the should, the need to, whatever. And they're all like, everyone needs to step out. I'm going to make the decision on my own. And again, with this knight of the knight of orbs, which is the knight of swords, they are thinking, because we've got the shadow here, which is the Capricorn energy of cutting away and seeing all those, like that 10 of swords, all of those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that they've been having are falling away. They're seeing how trapped they were and how restricted they had themselves in their old beliefs. And here's the seeker, the page of swords, new thought, new belief that comes in. So I really like this because it's progressing. I feel it's equally going back and forth, equal giving and receiving, but they are doing a ton of uh mental, you know, transformation. Do you know what sign they are? Are they an air sign? I can't remember if you said or not, but, they just, there's so much thinking, or if they're a Capricorn, but, they have so much thinking, thinking, thinking. Cancer? Well, they might just have a lot of air in their chart too, but they are doing a lot of deep diving into thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, and that type of thing. Oh, okay, so they're on the cusp of Gemini? Yeah. So they've got both the, um, emotional, reflection, and then the Gemini, energy of going back and forth. But, I like it because they are definitely revamping their whole, it's like they've thrown out the playbook and they're going, "All right, this is something new. I'm getting rid of the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, and, this is different." I can't, it's like having a bird sanctuary, you know, I don't know whether to show me this, but there's showing me like someone that has a bird sanctuary with all the rules and how you make sure it works and everything, but you're in an aquarium. They're like, I okay, well, this isn't gonna work for this. This is a totally different creature, you know. Yeah. Yeah. I feel it, I do feel like they almost gave up, not gave up, but they were just like, "You know what? Is this as good as it gets?" I love that movie, but they're just like, "Is this as good as it gets?" These same people, but all of those were in their life for a reason, to have this contrast to when you arrived, in across each other's paths. I feel like they're the same way too. People of your past, you're like, "God, is this as good as it gets?" And you're just like, "Whoa, whoa, who's this?" So I feel like there's this. It's kind of that same mirror reflection, for the both of you there. So I like it. I like it. It looks good. Um, it just, the 6 of Pentacles is the equal giving and receiving, and it feels like adult to adult instead of like parent to child. I feel like both of you in your past relationships end up being the parent, and the others end up being the children. And I feel like you're in like an adult interaction instead of a play date with a 2-year-old. So, I like it. So that's what's coming in, Renee. So I'm excited. So continue on your path. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. I look forward to your questions, especially if they're going to be about, this one, because then I get to dive deep into who this person is even more, because I am getting nosy. All right. Much love to you, Renee. All right. So double, triple, quadruple X, you were up. So, a general read. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. So, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Double, triple, quadruple X. All right. This must be the day of all of these wonderful, wonderful fiery energy, because this is like what, the fifth time this Eight of Wands has come flying out of the deck. A lot of energy, a lot of fiery energy. So a lot of fast activity that's coming in here because of these two cards here. Which you've got the Nine of Swords, which is the Nightmare Insomnia card, and you have the Ace of Swords, which is a new thought, new belief, new mindset. And I like this because I feel like it comes fast and furious, where you like, I feel like you go from 9 all the way to the 1, like you go so fast through the 10 of swords that you just like, it's almost like you jump a grade and you're like, boom, you're already over here. Which is, the 9 of swords is like when you have a lot on your mind, a lot of fears of the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, I need to do this, I'm supposed to do that, trying to live up to these expectations, trying to make people, happy, blah, 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 all that stuff we're taught, right? And then, you're just like, I'm done. And it's like, you know what? I don't even need to go to the 10 of swords. I'm just chunking it all out now. And I feel like you're in this wonderful place of a rebirth, because is that a penguin or a dolphin? I can't tell. But whatever this is, I think it's a dolphin. There's this beautiful, it's like this new, refreshing way of looking at life, such a peace of mind. It just feels free and relieved and so much less stress of mind. And I like it. I just feel like, you have these, whatever this feather is that breaks the camel's back. You're just like, it just happens like that. You're just like, all right, I'm done. I've had it enough. What do they say? Stick a fork in me. I'm done. And you just release and say, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And if people don't like it, tough. And I like this. There's this freedom that's coming in with it. So I am liking that for you. Double, triple, quadruple X. Wow, I better slow down. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings for you. And up next, we've got Anya Ohuya. Hello, hello. You want to know when will Juan ask out Ateshi? Let's see if we've got anything new coming in regarding those two. Okay, they want that one instead. All right. Well, I feel here we've got the two of pentacles here, and it's like there's a choice between two, and the three of chalices talks about like there's someone else here, and I don't feel like there's involvement yet. I just feel like they're trying to decide between two things, between two people, between two situations in the outside world. And I like this because I feel, and so I'm not sure, I don't think you're a Teshi, but if you know a Teshi, it's like, um, I feel like Ateshi is the person that they've more recently met. The other one is someone that they've known for a very long time, that's been like wanting to be with them, and they've had this, not like a romantic relationship, but they've been like close friends, and they're wanting, like they've been pushing for a romantic relationship in a way, like sending big signs to them, and they're like, but so they're kind of looking here going, I got to figure this out because I don't want to hurt this person. They've been known them for a long time, maybe even like childhood friend kind of thing. But the other one, like Ateshi, they're like, they're new and they're wanting to, but then they're like, but if I do that, it's going to break their heart. So I got to figure out a way. And they're trying to figure out how they can make this work. Right. And I feel like it's going to be a little bit, because, there's, they just don't know how to do it yet, and they're trying to figure it out. They're hoping something will happen, like they'll find someone else, or they'll, uh, you know, be arranged marriage somewhere or something. I almost feel like they're like, I hope something happens. That way, it won't be me doing it because I don't want to be the one that breaks her heart, type of thing. So that's what I feel is coming in on Yahoo. Yeah. So many blessings. Teletashi, just hang in there. I think it's a compliment, in a way, right? And I like their heart. I like one's heart with it. But so that's what's coming in for you. So many blessings. Daisy, you are up. You do. How's your 3 week nap going? All right. So what does Spirit want you to know right now? Take a nap. Take another nap, and then take another nap. But then eat something. But then take a nap. Rest up and recharge for sure. Right? Yeah. I like it here. You've got the both the 4 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is this feeling of an abundant life, and the 4 of Pentacles does, there's this, I feel like this helps with this because the 4 of Pentacles is that journey we talk about, how when we define ourselves by the outside world, we feel unstable, right? Our worth feels unstable because we're told to define ourselves by relationships, situations, and things, and all those are unstable in the outside world. People change, they pass away, they walk away, so relationships are unstable. Situations, job, education, all of that never stays the same, constantly changing, right? And then, of course, things, bodies break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, so all unstable. And eventually, with the Four of Pentacles, we turn inward and upward to find that which is stable, which is the unconditional, eternal love of up above. And then we use that to be our foundation. And then the outside world does turn into this instead of it falling short because it's never going to live up to what we're needing it to be to make us feel fulfilled. Um, it always seems like it's lacking in some way. But once we feel that completeness on the inside, then everything on the outside world is above and beyond extra. So instead of lacking, it's abundance. And so there's this transformation that happens. So I just feel like right now they want you to kind of look at going, looking at your education, because I know that's such a huge thing going on, but relationships and friendships and things and everything else, you're like, yeah, you know what? It doesn't fill me up for very long, if at all. And when I define myself by it, I just feel blue, right? And so they're kind of encouraging you during this downtime, just continue to turn inward and upward to that eternal, never ending, unconditional, nothing you can do to lose it, love from up above. That's the only stable thing we can really find. So I feel like with those, this is the message that's coming in there for you right now. So while you're on your in between semesters, you can do some little contemplating, right? All right. But that's what they have for you, Daisy. So many, many blessings to you. Yeah. Exactly. All right. So Shay B, you are up next. So you want to ask David's current feelings towards you and what's coming toward you both. All right. Let's take a look here. So, what are David's current feelings? That's that one. And then what is coming towards us? What is coming towards you both? Whoa. All right. All right. So, David's current feelings for you. Well, we got the Sage of Crystals, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So, there is sensuality there. There is nurturing there. They see you as someone who's very nurturing, very comforting, very sensual. And it is this new birth, this new newness type of feel to it too. It's mother nature, mother nurture energy. So they do see you very divinely feminine energy type there. So there is that attraction there. um that's why, because it's sensual, she's usually pregnant, which is the birthing and the sensuality and the voluptuousness. So they see you in this way, like, wow, so in nurturing. What is going to happen here? What's coming towards you? The first card here that came out is like you, which is the Seeker of Flames, which is the Page of Wands. And for you, it's whatever you're focusing on is what they're saying controls what comes towards you. For them, they're in this Five of Pentacles mode, which again, with the Queen of Pentacles, I understand why they are attracted, and they see this because they feel they have these leftover abandonment and feelings of lack and being left out in the cold and left behind from earlier in their life. And so they're looking for this nurturing. They're looking for someone that would, feel this. But this is what's coming towards them right now, is a transformation in that. Uh, they're being challenged to look at that in their life, to transform it, because you can't get in a healthy relationship when you feel these feelings of abandonment, because then you're just going to see abandonment in the mirror, and no matter what you do, they're going to feel like you're abandoning them in some way and not meeting their needs in some way. And we're like, no, you know what, deal with that before we go any further. And you, with this Ace of Wands here, here's you, you know really, this is the huge wand, which is um your ability to co-create in your life. Whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And so if you're focusing on what you feel is missing in your life, we basically are putting out an energy to the universe, into our energy, saying, I really enjoy missing things. Can I have more things to miss, please? And that's not really what we're thinking we're wanting, but that's when we're focusing on like, "Oh, I wish they were more in my life," or "I wish I had more money," or "I wish I had a partner," whatever, we're actually saying, "I'm missing this and I'm enjoying it." So they'll be pushed further away. Things will be delayed more because we're basically saying we want to miss things more. Or if there's something in our life that we don't want, and I'm saying, I hate that, I hate that, I hate that. Basically, we're putting out this energy of, I enjoy hating, I enjoy hating. Please give me more things to hate in my life. All right. We're like, no, we don't want that. Right. So we can, repel things out of our life that we fear are going to leave our life. And we can draw into our life things we fear will come into our lives. But we can over to the other side and focus on what we're grateful for. And then we're telling the universe, I really enjoy gratitude. So if you could give me more things to be grateful for, that is what I want. They're like, all right. So we do that, right? We focus on unconditional love. More unconditional love comes into our life. More laughter, more joy, more patience, and not patience, but peace. We don't want more patience in our life, right? That's a fear. No. And so that grows and expands instead. So we focus on our energy on what is in our life and what we're grateful for and what we want to draw in instead of that, then that helps and that draws things. So I feel like these are the messages they want for you right now, Shay. So many blessings to you. I appreciate you. All right. Felicia, hello, hello. So you are going with the flow. And what do you need to focus on right now? All right, very good. And don't forget, you do have a free reading coming your way too. So when you're uh, finished making your list, send it my way and we will get that completed for you as well. So let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Yeah. Wow. All right. So you're definitely with the star seed is the full card. It's the zero, which is a brand new path, a brand new journey that's coming in. And this is, it follows the world card, which is ending of old cycles and beginning of new cycles, which is all about free of expectations, wonderful journey that comes forward. Ooh, maybe love coming in. Maybe, well, maybe so. 10 of cups, overflowing, beautiful love headed your way here, this new journey. So going with the flow, not having a lot of expectations, does bring this wonderful opportunity for love to come in that does feel so overflowing because we're not ruining it with expectations of going, well, it's not doing that, it's not this, it's not that. And that's the fastest way to put out a flame, right? Is to suck the oxygen out of it, right? Is this too hot? No, I can do it. So, like when you have a candle going, if you, put your something over that you don't burn, like if I put my hand out, it'll get burned. But if you put something over there, the oxygen gets burned up and it just pops, it poofs, right? So that is what they're saying here is enjoy this journey, enjoy this freshness, and continue to go with the flow, like you're saying, because then you are focusing on what is in your life and what is unfolding instead of how it's not unfolding correctly, right? So I really like this, Felicia. I mean, it's really uh sparking this new adventure, these choices that you're making to not focus on those, right? Because when you meet someone, they're wonderful and amazing, and you see all this wonderfulness, right? But as our expectations rise, then they become less and less wonderful till they're falling below. We're like, why did they change? And like, they didn't. Our mindset changed, right? So I like this. There's this beautiful freedom coming your way. And I like that for you, Felicia. So many blessings to you. Yep, exactly. Just accept things as they're coming and enjoy the journey, enjoy and celebrate what is, and focus on what you are enjoying now. Like, well, I wish they could do this. It's like, well, there it goes. Psst. We're taking some air out of the flame just got a little smaller, right? But if we're just like, wow, I really like this about them, I really like this about him, and focusing on the gratitude is just, it's a world changer, right? All right. So that is what they have. Many blessings to you. Appreciate it. Demetra P, you are up next. So, what are Anthony's next actions towards you? And thank you for liking, and thank you, Felicia, for the reminder too. Um, I just am so happy for everyone, that we're able to spread love to the world. And just by hitting that little like button, it does help you be part of the love tsunami. And I really like that wonderful energy. So thank you guys so much. All right. So Anthony's next actions here. We've got the star card here, which is Aquarian energy. But there is this balancing energy that comes in with it. It is a wish fulfillment card, but I feel like they're balancing out their wishes because the Five of Flames is a transformational type of energy of because it's the Five of Wands. It starts off feeling conflicting. It eventually turns into something, and instead of a battle, it we realize that whatever was happening was everyone working together to help improve ourselves. And it's not moves from competition to loving support. So I like that kind of energy coming in here, but I feel like with all of it, there is this change of what they were wishing upon a star about. Like they it's the battling of their energy of, their heart wants this, but their mind is saying, but what about all these rules? What about all these people you're supposed to make happy? They're like, but my heart wants this. There's this energy, this, passion, but the mind is like, but, here we go. The brain is butting in. And I feel like their next actions here are going to be more in alignment with what their heart really wants. And I feel like you'll be finding out very soon here. They're not giving me a ton of detail on it. I just see like there's this firestorm and they're figuring things out, but their energy, it's not something that's faded. Because when we're looking at future things and we're trying to find out what's going on and where it's leading to, there's fated things that will absolutely have to happen on a certain point so the next things happen. And then we have fated events that have a range that don't necessarily have to happen on an exact time, but it's like a earliest time and a latest time depending on our actions, individual choices. And then there's stuff that's not even fated, that it's like something that's extra in, extra credit in the class of this life. And so it doesn't necessarily happen in an exact way. And I feel like that is what this is. This interactions is not this faded, like there's not a faded relationship that has to happen. There's a faded, I mean, there's a possibility of something happening, but it's not faded. And so it's not time bound by, this higher source. So whatever's going on inside of them, they haven't figured it out yet. And so it's still uncertain. It's like they're showing me a magic 8 ball, uncertain, and it's like, okay, well, so we don't know what their next actions are going to be because they're still figuring out this balancing and this understanding, and they're going back and forth between I'm supposed to please all these people, but my heart wants this. And so they're going to see who wins, right? Because you know, and you know how it is when we have a fear over something, when our fear is greater than the uncomfortable feeling of not doing that thing, we don't do it, right? When the uncomfortability of not doing it outweighs the fear, then we do it, right? So that is what is coming in. So that's what they have for you. I know, Dimitra. Maybe we'll try again in a little bit, right? Maybe they'll have made up their mind, but we can continue to check in and see what their energy is, right? So, again, thank you so much for the like and many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. So, Esther E., you're up next. Let me just take a quick sip here. All right. And we are just a little at the top of the hour of my first hour. So, I just like to make sure everyone knows how all this works is I do go down in order, first come, first serve on the free readings. And I'm trying to get myself to 2 hours to stay balanced because I've been going 3 hours, almost 4 hours, and I can tell that I was getting burnt out. And my energy was dropping. So I'm going to be on for about another hour. And if you want to make sure I do get to your reading and dive deeper, then a donation of any kind, I will step out and honor that energy exchange and complete it and dive deeper. And then I will make sure to complete them in this session as well. So for now, I'm still going to keep going to just a couple cards for the free readings. As we get closer, I might kind of go into a lightning round and start just one card drawings, but we'll see how that goes. All right, Esther E, back to you. So, what are Gary's intentions with you? All right. All right. Well, we do see here with the Empress card here, which is the number 3, even though it says abundance, it's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It's like the Queen of Pentacles too. It's, sensuality, it's physical, it's, that more natural in nature type of energy. And we have the alchemy, which is it's slow moving with the 2 of cups. With the alchemy is like when you have they start with 2 cups usually on the standard tarot, and you have a base metal in one side and there's magic, and as you pour it back and forth between the two, it's magically turning slowly into gold. So I feel like their intentions with you are first sensual, but with the possibilities of over time the tempering, that it would turn into emotional gold. But first needs first is what I feel that they would say. They're just like, well, I just want some intimacy, relationship, and all the other stuff. Well, that will come later. This, takes time to unfold. This don't though. That's their kind of their where they're coming from, right? Where usually we would prefer. I'd like the emotion and stuff that leads into the sensuality, but you know sometimes the body wants what the body wants and they can't control that. So uh I don't feel like it's like this intentional, like, all right, I want this first, and then if that comes, that's fine. I just feel like this is what is coming from their their being. They're like, I want to be intimate, I'm attracted to you. I can see a relationship, but that's going to take time to unfold because I don't jump into those. Which is funny, right? I'll jump into bed, but relationships take time. Isn't that the way the world has become a lot? But that anyway, that's what's unfolding there, Esther E. So many blessings to you. All right, and Christy, we took care of yours. So Levi, you are up next. Not yet. Rishi, you are one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 more to go. So uh not yet. All right. So Levi, is Yui your soulmate, or are you attached with her? All right. Let's take a look here and see if they are like a stepping stone to a soul partner, or are you soul like are you a soul partner? Let's take a look here. Okay. Yeah. Um with the 4 of crystals here, the 4 pentacles, I feel like they're more of a stepping stone toward, something else. You have the ascension here with the it's the double endings and double new beginnings. This is your higher self calling you to a different place. So I feel like this is not like a forever thing. It's like a now thing where you learn about yourself, you learn about the outside world and finding stability, within you, with your worth, and then you're moving forward into something different. So I don't feel this energy that you guys are, the soul partners. I call them soulmates, which our family and our friends and even our pets and fur babies and feather babies, they're all soul mates. They're all souls with divine purpose, divine appointments with us. But romantic ones are, they can be soulmates, but the one we end up with the rest of our life is a soul partner. Or and then there's a, a, a rare thing called a twin flame, which is even more intense. Let's like taking master's classes, enriched classes, and that are, hard. You have a lot of benefit, but oh my God. So, I feel like this is more a soul, mate that is a stepping stone towards your soul partner. So that's what's coming in, Levi. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Enjoy the process, right? All right. In new love, you're up next. So you also wonder what you need to focus on now. All right. Let's take a look here. What does spirit? All right. Feel that it's good to focus on now. Okay. Sorry, I don't want that to be too loud. All right. There we go. So you do have this movement here. You have the nine of orbs, the nine of swords, which is it's known as the nightmare and insomnia card. It's a lot about the thinking, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the small t truths that are rooted in fears of losing conditional love. And we have a ton of these that were given all our life. But what the focus is here is with the seeker of flames, which is the page of wands. And this is about the power of where we invest our energy is what grows and expands. And they're basically saying the focus can move from this to over here to the other side, which is I talk about a lot on the channel because it's such a huge thing in our life. It's like almost one of the things like if I could teach everyone in this life one thing, it's like we're so much more powerful than we can imagine. That whatever we focus on grows and expands in our life. And if we focus on our fears, like I fear something will come into my life, guess what? I am going, hey, whatever you do, don't come this way. Here it comes, right? Or if I'm afraid something is going to leave my life, my energy will repel it out of it. So if I'm focusing on missing things, I miss things, more things. If I am focusing on what something in my life I don't like, it gets bigger and more things enter. But the power of this is moving to the other side, which is gratitude. When we focus on gratitude, we're telling the universe with our energy and our intentions that I love being grateful for things. And they're like, well, good. Well, let me give you more things to be grateful for then. And you're like, yeah, bring it on. Right. And then, we focus on unconditional love. More unconditional love grows. Joy and laughter, more of it grows. Peace, it grows. Right. So we focus on all of that and what we do want, then that grows and expands. And I feel like that's what the focus is what am I in each moment focusing on? What thoughts, what story am I putting to the moment? What emotion am I feeling in the moment? And where am I investing my energy? Once we can manage that, our whole world changes. It totally just transforms. And I mentioned, so if I've told you this before, or you've heard me mention it before, my apologies because I say it a few times, it seems like during these sessions, because it's such a great thing that helps. We have to change our habit. And how do we change a habit? By reminders, by making, it's repetition, right? And so when we set an alarm on our phone, like a silent vibrating alarm every hour or half hour while we're awake, to uh, choose gratitude, or choose love or whatever that we're trying to expand in our life. It's like choose that. Then when we get drawn into our old habit that we've been taught to focus on the fears, the alarm goes off. We're like, oh, that's right. Focus on gratitude, and then we drift back over here and dee, 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 dee. Oh, that's right. Back over here, and we drift over here and, dee, 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 dee. And then we find that where it takes us longer to get sucked back over into the fears and focusing on them. And before you know it, alarm goes off and you're like, I know I am in gratitude right now. And you're like, cool, maybe I'll switch it, eventually to an hour every hour and then every 2 hours. And then you're sitting in gratitude so much and there's so much to be grateful for. Right. So I feel like this is what they have for you right now. New love. So many blessings to you. That is what they have. All right. So continue down the list here, and we're to Dollface Diva. And you would like a general for next week. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Anything else? What is this about? What is this about? All right, let's see here. Okay. Well, you do have the 10 of swords here, which is sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and trying to live up to everyone's expectations and make everyone else happy. I asked, well, what is this about? And they're like, well, boom, you've got the 8 of flames and the 9 of flames. And it's like, I'm tired of feeling blocked. I'm tired of feeling like I can't move through these barriers. And the barriers are there because of fears I have of letting people down and not, doing what I'm supposed to do and losing people's support and losing people's, or getting punishment from people through anger and the cold shoulder and blah, 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 and all that stuff that they do, right? Rejection. And I like it because it feels like you're like, I'm done. And when you release that, you're stepping into your power here and you're holding on to this wand, which allows you to step through here. And you don't just walk through, you sprint through here with all this energy because all that energy that you were investing trying to live up to all those expectations, guess what? When you let them all go, all that energy, it comes back to you. So I like this for you. This is what they're having you look at as releasing these fears of losing conditional love, all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos around whatever you're focused on, whether it's love or job or education or your body or finances or where you live or what you own or whatever it is. All these rules, it's like blow them up and you're just like, wow. And you get to move forward where you had blocks before. You move through those because you're not being held back anymore by all these chains that were there before. So I like it. That is what they have for you, Dollface Divas. So many blessings to you. I'm just going to shut my lines here. All right. So, Melody, you will be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Aprilia. And you'd like to have a love and romance reading from now until September. Okay. All right. Very nice. All right. Let's take a look here and see what is going on here. So, love and romance from now until September. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay. They do want to, this one, and they want this one. Ooh, that one, and this one. All right. And what else here? And thank you so much for your donation. If I did not thank you already, I got so excited about getting to your reading, I might have just like leaped over that. I'm sorry. All right. So let's take a look here. So what we've got May, June, July, August, September. Okay, that makes sense because we've got 4 cards. So that'll be May, June, July, and August. And then you have 3 cards for September. So there must be something extra juicy there. Let's take it month by month here. So you've got for May, you have the 6 of crystals. You really guys are balancing out the giving and receiving here. Um, Either one or both of you are realizing the tendency to overgive in a relationship. And if you both were enablers in codependent relationships in the past, one of you is a super enabler, and you're. I feel like there's almost is there a battle? They're showing me like you remember the little squirrels cartoons, Chip and Dale, and how they would always no after you no after you no after you. I almost feel that this picture of that's going on in my head here. And what I like about is for May, something that you guys can do is realize how there is this out of balance ratio of what you have to give, in order to feel what you receive, and it's out of balance from childhood, from like 7 years old and younger. Whoever it was, there's someone in each of your individual lives that you had felt you had to overgive to in order to get a little bit back. So it's like you developed these ratios of I have to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. And when it's as children, we don't know any better. It seeps down into our subconscious, and this over giving goes from, school and work and all of our friendships, relationships, family, whatever. Give, 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 give. And then I can feel like I get one back. That's in our subconscious. Consciously, we might have been saying, I want people to be able to give to me, but why aren't people giving to me? Why aren't people giving me love, giving me money, giving me promotions, giving me gifts, whatever? Why is it so difficult? Well, because down in our basement in the subconscious, our little inner child is in control, and they're going, well, you haven't given 1,000 coins yet. You've only given 800. You still have to give 200 before you deserve one. Then it resets back to zero. So we might have had these challenges of being able to receive things, even though in our conscious mind, we're like, I want people to give it to me. But subconsciously, there's these force fields keeping people and things away. The great thing is for if both of you will bring that up to the surface and consciously go, who was it that I had to overgive to? Usually parents are the usual suspects, but it could be grandparents, it could be teachers, coaches, whoever it was where it was an out of balance, like I had to give so much to receive so little. Then when we realize it, the little edit button appears. We can delete those zeros, bring it from 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 1. You both do that. Click save. The gates open up, and this ability to give and receive so equally and receive from the outside world comes in too. So that's what I feel May is for both of you. If you're able to do that, it will change things. It'll balance out this ratio of what you have to give in order to receive back. So I like it. So that is May. And then we go into June. Yeah. In June, here we have the Five of Pentacles, which is the abandonment, the lack, the um, feeling left out in the cold, feeling left behind. This transforms. The five is a transformation of here. So, doing exactly what we talked about with the six of crystals the month before, it transforms that energy from feeling lack to where there's this abundant feeling that comes in with it. So, I like it. And then July, a lot of energy flooding in. So there definitely is. Things really start to pick up. There's this wonderful fire, this wonderful passion that comes in. So I feel like July is like the 4th of July. Fire, wonderful passion igniting in your love and in your relationship. Because you're able to give to one another where you weren't able to give and receive before. In great amounts. And so I just feel like there's this it's almost like falling in love all over again, and even falling in love at a level you weren't able to before because of that. And then August, right? August, you have yeah, yeah, so you have the Sage of Chalices, the Queen of Cups, emotion, 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 floods of emotion. She rolls over water in emotion, but they're also all the queens are given a second portion of emotion. So there's a lot of emotional flow. It's almost like the High Priestess. You guys just really dive deep into the emotions, and it is very a beautiful, beautiful. She not only co-rules over emotion, she's the master of emotion. So I really like that. So um it just feels like it's building and building and building. And then here comes September. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. So the 10 of cups is letting go of so many expectations. It's a great card to have in the sword suit because it is the letting go of all these boundaries, all these restrictions and supposed tos and need tos and have tos and musts are released, and there's this free feeling that a lot of the fears are let go, and it's just this re-energizement that comes in the mind here. You have the high priestess. So, like I talked about here, the month before, we've got this energy like the high priestess. It continues this wonderful stepping back to and diving deep into your own emotions and connecting to spirit. So it's almost like August and September just feel like this love and this romance that you have feels like it's um, spiritual. It's like ethereal even. There's just this bond that happens because of it, and, trust me, if you have ever experienced it, and once you experience it, you're just gonna be like, it blows both of your minds because even just cuddling or whatever, it's just like you just have this like, "Wow, what was that?" You just have this flood of emotion at a level so deep that, you just are blown away by it. And which makes sense here too. With the 5 of chalices, the 5 of cups, it's the realizing that these old emotions that were spilt before, you're able to realize there's another choice and there's this transformation that happens in September about where we're putting those emotional the emotions. Where we come here to experience the lower vibrational emotions, the sadsies, but in experiencing those, we also understand the happiness and joy and unconditional love, even so much more because we've experienced them both. So that is what they give you, a play by play for each month, and I like it for you. Um, so definitely wonderful, wonderful experience coming here, and I like it. I can't wait to see how you guys feel about that August when you're just like, whoa, but it starts this month. The floodgates will open up if you guys will do, and it's not like you have to do a ton of around it. It's just becoming aware of going, who was it that I had to overgive when I was younger? And then things just start to change. It's really mind blowing. But that's what they have for you, Aprilia. So thank you again so much for your donation. I'm excited for your love and romance journey. All right. And I think that was all the donations. And we are to Melody. Melody, hi. So you want to know what are Azam's current energies towards you? You started texting. Ooh, all right. Let's take a look here and see what their energies are right now. All right. A lot of passion, a lot of fire energy coming in here. And I like this here because the three of flames, the three of wands is normally like you choosing a different direction than you had thought before. And so you are like seeing things differently here. The seven of flames, this is like um, they are feeling very happy. They're almost feeling like um, it's like almost like they almost have to defend themselves against other people because this is what this represents is like things are going really well for them, but there's like this like friends, why you get to, um have an interest and we don't come out and hang out with the guys or you know oh good, you're getting whipped now and you know it's like they're almost um seeing that this is where this is headed for him is like there's an attraction there, there's a passion there, and I feel like their friends can already see it and they're already razzing them about it. And I feel like you are approaching this differently than you had in the past. I feel like um I feel like you are sitting in your passions a little more than you would have in the past. I feel like maybe you'd have held back in the past a little more about expressing how you feel and that you have interest in them and different things like that. And I feel like you are taking a different route. I feel like you're like braver and you're just like, what do I got to lose? Kind of attitude almost with them because I feel like you're just tired of, you know, um, investing so much for them to be duds. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're just like, "You know what? I'm gonna cut to the chase," and you're taking instead of they're showing me, like, walking upstairs, you're taking 2, 3 steps at a time, whereas before you'd have taken each one step at a time. You're just, like, going chink, 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 because 'cause you're just like, "I just need to find out. I need at least to get to this floor, and then I'll know if this is a dud or not. Is this where this is gonna go?" So I like it for you. I feel like they have some definitely an attraction there. And like I said, I feel like their friends are razzing them already because they can see the grins on their face when you guys are texting back and forth. So that's what they have for you right now, Melody. So many blessings to you. Funny. You are very welcome. All right, Cambanese, you are up. So how does Sin feel about, sorry, SYN feel about EN? And does she have romantic feelings? Okay, so how does Sin feel about EN? All right. Ooh, okay. And that one. All right. Let's see what we got here. I think so. Two of chalices, two of cups. I think this does look romantic, but there's eight of swords here too, which is they're really trying to work through. You can see here how this person is like. Let me see if I can get the brightness on there. Maybe. Well, anyway, she's trapped. There it is. So she's kind of blinded and bound and trapped by her own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and she's realizing what of her own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets in the have kept her feeling limited and trapped and not able to move forward on their feelings. So I feel like they've got a lot of fears around romantic relationships and that, and the feelings are there, but I'm not sure how long it would be before they would even act on it because I feel like they are, working through those fears. But that's what I feel is coming through, Cambanese. So many blessings to you. That's what they have. All right. So, Sky, you are up next. So, Sky, what's the current energy of your Capricorn man towards you? Oh, all right. Let's take a look here. So, probably going to be mental energy. We'll take a look here. Capricorns, big thinkers, but they are very passionate too. Yeah, as noted here, Adept of Flames, Knight of Wands, very passionate energy, very fast moving, passionate energy. And they do have the Five of Chalices here, which it tells us here, it's the Five of Cups. We've got three cups that are spilt, which, and then the two cups back here, which is the power of emotional choice. And we can get caught up here in the past pains and sufferings, and I kind of feel like they have a lot of passion. They want to move on passion, but they also have some stuff holding them back here. I feel like they get drawn into the old painful memories and suffering, and they're working through that. And then they will step into their power of what they're of choosing. But Capricorns, they love doing that work, that inner work. So when it comes up, they don't put it off, right? When a Capricorn, because that's the devil card, the Saturn energy, they are the taskmaster. If there's a task to be done, by golly, they're going to go do it. And so when an emotion pops up, they're like, "Oh, got to go look into this. I'll be back." Pause, and you're like, "Oh, God, can you do that later? I want you to show me attention. Pay attention to me. Talk to me." But they're like, "Oh, I got to go think about this." And that's what's going on. But they definitely have this passion and a lot of it because this is the fastest moving night. It's fiery, fiery, fiery passion. And then the Five of Chalices is kind of like they're like, "Oh, what's that emotion?" And you're like, "No, don't look down there. Look over here." Because here's the Two of Cups, the romantic relationship, right? But they're distracted by some old pains. So give them time. They'll make their way. They're fast workers around processing old emotions. But I do definitely feel like there is a lot of passion there, and they're working through emotions. So that is what I have, Sky. So enjoy that adventure with them for sure. All right. Many blessings to you. All right, Rishi. Hello. Hey, dude. Career reading. Absolutely. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know here around career? Okay. They do want that one. And what else? And that one. Yeah. Makes sense here. We've got the 10 of flames, the 10 of wands, which does show, I mean, what a burden, right? I mean, they've been carrying this around for a long time. They see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like spirit saying, "You're getting ready to, with this ending and new beginning, to put the burden down, and you're going to have this new inspiration to go in this direction." You also have the Seeker of Orbs, which is the Page of Swords, which is new communication coming in, but also new ideas, new ways of looking at stuff. Because they have the Ace of Swords, which allows them to connect to the higher realm, uh, which is rooted in unconditional love, seeing things from a higher perspective, and cutting away the fears of losing conditional love and the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, all those rules that we've been taught about job and what we're supposed to be doing, what kind of work I'm supposed to be and should be, need to be, have to be doing. But it's really about expanding and opening it up. I feel like they're saying it's time for a renewed way of looking at job and career, and instead of it being of the mind of all these stories that we've been told all our lives, it's about getting into the heart, and it's about finding out what is your passion, not what's my job, right? If I could do something, how would I uniquely want to express my unconditional love in my heart with the world? What would be fun? What would make my heart sing in doing? Not what would make my brain feel secure and okay, that sounds good. I'm checking off all the check boxes in the supposed to's. It's like, no, the heart goes, but what about me? I want to live. And I feel like this is what they're saying. Spirit is saying, what is it that would make your heart sing? You. And if you don't know yet, then just continue to focus on connecting to your higher heart, your higher self, because they're the one that are going to reveal it to you. And there's no right or wrong answer. That's what we get lost into, is like, what if I don't choose the right one? If it makes your heart sing, it's the right one. It's like, what if the creator didn't want me to do that? Trust me, the creator doesn't care what career we do. They're all about our experience, and they are not limited in how they can bring the lessons we wanted to learn here. If they're like, "Oh God, you chose accountant, now I can't do anything," they're like, "No, I can work with that. I can work with anything," because they're very powerful. So you can't make a wrong choice, but make the choice that makes your heart sing. Is what Spirit recommends, because they're like, have a blast, find out what it is. They always bring back to me, for some reason, Carnival cruises. They're like, work on a cruise ship. That's like a lot of people's dream of, oh my gosh, you can go to all these, at least before COVID, right? They're like, all these things. You can travel the world. You get to see so many places and meet so many people. And it's, you get to, you have your little room, but you have, everything, so but I feel like this is what is coming in for you right now, Rishi, regarding your career. So many blessings to you. All right. You're very welcome, Sky, Melody. All right. So Cherry, hello. You are up next. So how is he doing? How you doing? Let's take a look here. All right. They went this one and they do went to this one. So there a lot of energy going on with them right now. But in the star card represents a bunch of different things. But I like this because I feel like they've gone from energy, energy, energy. Storm, firestorm. A lot of stuff going on in their life. The star card is a representation of hope, so they're hopeful. And the star card here too is about balance. Normally they have like 7 stars on them, which represent the 7 chakras, which talks about balancing of life. So I really feel like they're right now, they're whatever was spinning out of control and all this fire, um, flames, burning. It's like they're like, it's simmering down, it's balancing out, they're coming into this calmer place, and I'm feeling the peace returning for them, and I feel like things are just falling more into place, and they're stabilizing, if that makes sense. So I like it. for him. You know, every we learn through it all, the ups and the downs, and all the swirly upside down roller coasters. And I feel like they're reaching a good. They're headed towards. I wouldn't say they've reached it, but they're headed towards a good balanced place in their life. But they have renewed hope in their life for some reason. So, but that's what's coming through, Cherry. So hopefully that helps and resonates, and many blessings for you. All right, Lou. Hello. So you want to know, does E have romantic feelings for you, or does he just really want something casual? All right. Okay. Let's find out here. What's going on here? All right. All right. So we've got the Master of Crystals, the King of Pentacles, and Reflection, the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. Does have to do with the body, which I didn't have that come through before. So I kind of feel the Virgo energy. They're all about health and body and that. And I feel like here too with the King of Pentacles, they do learn a lot about their worth in relationship to the outside world. It's more physical, the physical world, than it is. We didn't get cups and or passion, but I feel like it's more physical here. That's coming in here with these two cards. I don't feel like they are. It's and these are also at the same, like in the flip side of the coin, they're also on this inner journey trying to understand their worth in relationship to the outside world, and they're kind of withdrawn, which would make sense why the emotion isn't there, because I feel like they're doing some inner heart surgery, and so they've blocked off that they had to. It's like you don't work on a toaster with it plugged in. You unplug the toaster, otherwise you're going to have burnt hair. Psst. So I feel like they've disconnected their heart because they're working on it, and what's left is physical, right? So don't feel like the romantic feelings are activated right now because they're unplugged. In the current energies right now, it just feels casual. It feels like they're trying to figure things out. Uh, and so that's probably what you're picking up. Like you're like, I feel like they're numb to an extent, and like their facial expressions, they'll still have them, but like especially you, I feel like you like looking at people's eyes, I feel, and you see so much in it. You can just tell, like you can look at a picture of someone and go, oh, they were going through something here, da 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 da, like they're smiling and you go, yeah, but there's something behind the eyes. I feel like you do that, right? And that's what you're picking up. You're like, I know they're smiling, I know they're saying things and whatever, but there's something missing behind the eyes. It's because it's disconnected right now. So that's what they have for you, Lou. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. I know, right? They'll eventually have to plug it back in, because without the heart, you know, beep. So they have to feel eventually. They'll get tired of not feeling anything, and they'll plug it back in, and then we'll see what's going on, right? It's like you work on a radio and you forget the volumes up, and they plug it in, and it's like, it's so loud. All right. But that's what they have coming through. So many blessings to you, Lou. Hey, Cynthia Brito. Hello. So will Eric want to make your relationship work out? Let's take a look here at their current energies here. So it looks like there's this reboot happening here, because the Ten of Flames, the Ten of Wands, is a lot of energy invested, and they're ready to have not so much energy all over the place and have this ending and new beginning with where they're investing their energy, right? And we have the Seeker of Crystals, which is the Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunity opening up in the outside world. Um, so, you know, there is this reboot that happens here. I feel like they're, whatever this burdensome feeling that they were having, they are ready to put this down, and they're ready just to have a singular focus. So, this energy does feel like they would want to work things out. I just feel like they're trying to simplify things though, if that makes sense. They just are like, it's just their life just feels like it's been like all over the place, and they're trying to just get things stable and simplified. So I do feel like they do want to have a relationship, but I feel like they're working on trying to get things, you know, like stabilized. It keeps on coming back. I want to stabilize things, and so it's good. I feel like that uh, it's a good sign, with their current energies, because it doesn't feel like they are wanting to, go somewhere else. I feel like they're wanting to simplify things, and that you would be one of the things that they focus on, but they feel like they're focusing on too many things, and they need to bring it down to a few. So it's like they're burning the candle at 10 ends, and they're like, there's only two ends on a candle. How are you doing that? So they need to simplify. So I do feel that that is coming in here. That's the current energies for him there. So many blessings to you, Cynthia. All right, lovey, lovey. Hello, hello. So will COT gift us with the quantity of items we requested and when? All right, let's take a look here. Will expectations be fulfilled? Let's see here. I feel like mostly we got the Ace of Chalices, the Ace of Cups, overflowingness, and the Five of Chalices, emotional choice here. So I like it. They're saying um, that there is this, power we have of our emotional energy. And, the Five of Chalices, it's okay to feel these lower vibrational energies, but remembering we always have another choice to make emotionally, that we get to choose. And I feel like there's this, they're giving me the phrase in my brain of we catch more bees with honey um, than we do with Pupukaka doo doo. and and I don't know, like you can't convince a fly to choose honey either. I don't know where all this is coming from, but they're like saying, approach it with gratitude, approach it with thanksgiving, approach it with positive emotions, and just trust that there will be an overflowing. That Ace of Cups, it's like you fill up and it overflows, which does show that you're going to get it. It's going to overflow. You're going to feel very blessed by it. But there's this I wouldn't say caution. Caution, that seems a little strong, but they're just like awareness that if we go into the lower vibrational emotions, then it actually is less of a blessing because we're drawing it down instead of approaching it with thanksgiving and gratitude. And like we talk about, if we focus on our fears, we limit. When we focus on unconditional love, it's expansive. So it's like the more we focus on unconditional love and gratitude, the bigger the overflow is, the faster it comes. The more we focus in on the lower vibrational emotions, the slower it comes and the less amount that comes in. So I love the power that's in there, because we're the ones that have this mighty, mighty power around a lot of things. There's a lot less in our life that's faded to these exact things. It's more of a improv where we're given themes, and by our energy we put into it, we make it what it is. And I feel like this is one of those situations. So that's what they have for you, lovey, lovey. Many blessings to you. And up next, let's see, Queen Bee, we took care of you already. All right, Melissa Carre. Will Henry want your relationship to work out this week? All right, let's take a look here. And then we're reaching close to my second hour. So I'll take a look here and see where we're at here. All right. All right. Quit being difficult. I feel like Henry's being difficult too, isn't he? Okay, let's take a look here. Mm, I, I I feel here with the transition of this is a death and rebirth, and the Eight of Flames is like fast movement. I don't feel like this is that um, that they want to move backwards. I almost feel with this combination that they are more of a grass fire, than a or like a forest fire where they don't go backwards. I feel like they consume, and in like a fire when it goes across a grassland, it doesn't go backwards because it has no fuel to go backwards. It burns through and it continues to burn. And if there's no fuel left, it burns out. And I feel like this is what has happened. They are like someone who, in their point in their life, they have a consuming type of personality where it's just fire, 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 and then it goes. And I don't feel like they feel there's anything to go back to. I feel like they are always feeling they need to move forward. And it's not personal for you. It's like just how they've treated everyone. It's like they don't miss anyone either, like their family, whatever. They just burn through everyone, and then they're looking to the future, not the past. They don't look back and go, "Oh, look everyone I burned." They're just like looking like, "What can I burn next? Because I need something to burn." That's what fire does. So I feel like this is the type of energy that's coming in, and quite honestly, I feel like spirit's going, let it go because you do not want to catch on fire. You don't want to get burned again, right? There's like if you've ever heard of someone go, do you want to see a match burn twice? And like, sure. And they're all like, "Tss, once, tss," and then they burn your hand and you're like, ow. It's like you don't want to get burned. You've already seen the consumption and you're like, I don't want that anymore. So I feel like spirit is saying it's time. It's you can let them go. There's something more in alignment with your higher self and with your path. Okay. So that is what they have for you. And that's Melissa. That was for you. All right. So we'll continue going down here. So Queen Bee, you had asked for a general reading as well. You are welcome. Oops. So let's see here. So I was going to say here. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I like this for you, Queen Bee, because you do have this breaking through these barriers of where you had lack feeling in your life. Because this is feeling abandoned, feeling left behind out in the cold, lacking things in your life. And I feel like has been like feeling like there was this obstacle. If you put this back here, there's like this wall of flames that has been keeping you feeling restricted and maybe not worthy to go forward, having felt abandoned in your past. But I feel like you've been really learning to step into your power and really been working on those things, those feelings of abandonment when you were younger, because they've been rippling forward in your life. And I feel like you are getting that's when you've grabbed that ace of wands in the middle, and you've taken it and you're taking your power back, right? Which leaves a perfect place for you to step through these barriers that you had before. So I really feel like there's this movement that's stepping forward, and I like it for you. I feel like there's just this, it's like a reward, it's like spirit is saying, you've done all this and you've taken your power back, you didn't ask for it. Can I please have my power back? You're like, hey, I need my power back. There's this confidence, this fiery, like Leo roar, type of lioness, where it's like you're taking this back. And I feel like there's this movement that you're going to be seeing, and you're going to be it's like they're saying test some of the walls or the force fields, places you tried before that you couldn't get through, they're like, go test them out because you're going to find like, ooh, I can go through this one. Ooh, I can go through this one too because of what the work you've been doing. So I like that for you, Queen Bee. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Let me see here. How close are we to the bottom? Getting kind of close here. So we'll do a few more here. Stoned Epiphany Tarot. Almost, almost. You're so funny. Did I get on the stream too late again? Almost. But you were here. Yay. So what do your ancestors and spirit guides want you to know in this present moment? All right. Let's take a look here. See what they have here for you. Well, you definitely have all this groundingness coming in here with the crystals, which is pentacles in the standard tarot. And the seeker of crystals is the page of crystals, the page of pentacles, which is looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. There's when you do that, there's these new opportunities that do open themselves up in your outside world. The four of crystals has a wonderful aha that helps with this, looking at our relationship of our worth, because the big thing that the four of crystals learns is when it defines itself by the outside world, it feels unstable because those things are unstable, because we're told define your worth by relationships, situations, and things. People change, people pass away, people walk away, unstable, right? Situations like jobs and education, unstable, they're always changing. And things, our bodies, our bank accounts, possessions, break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. So all that, we realize I feel unstable when I define myself by those things. And we just get tired of it. We get bored of it. And then we turn inward and upward to where we find the only thing that is stable in our lives, which is the eternal, never ending, that's really stable, unconditional, no conditions to lose it, the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms where we come from. And we're like, yes, that's what I define myself by. We feel stable. It transforms how we are looking at ourselves and how we relate our worth to the outside world. And then it opens up opportunities because our energy changes, it draws in different things than we would have had before. So I feel like that is what your ancestors and spirit guides are wanting you to know right now, is focus on the inner and upper and connect to that eternal unconditional love. Allow yourself to be defined by that, and realize how unstable the outside world is, and go, yeah, I don't want to define myself by that. I'm going to define myself by this. And then see how your world changes around you, because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And then when we change, we start seeing the world differently too, which is cool. All right, so that is what they have for you, Stoned Epiphany Tarot. Good to see you, and many blessings to you. All right, let's see where we are here. Let me just scroll down. All right. So, T Sunshine. Hello, hello. Welcome. Being a new subscriber, welcome to the Soul family. We hopefully will see you around some more. And you like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what. All right. I went to that one and that one. And this one too. All right. Well, well, well. Okay. So, whoa, I do see here with the Seven of Crystals, the Seven of Pentacles, feels like things have been kind of slowly unfolding in your life. It just feels like, it's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So it's like you've been patient. There has been this steady things unfolding, right? And you have the Master of Crystals. So you have the King of Crystals, the King of Pentacles. And this does show abundance is on its way. The fruit, the harvest is definitely coming here. So the patience will well be worth it the while here. And you have the Knight of Flames, the Knight of Wands. So this is fast and furious. So all the combination of these cards are telling me whatever you've been planting and feeding and growing and being patient with, well, the harvest is about to come and it is coming now, because this is the fastest moving night, the horse on fire. So it's speedy, speedy. So the slowness that's been happening in your outside world, it's about to speed up and it's going to be like, they're showing me if you've ever had like, an apple tree or some sort of that has beautiful blossoms and in springtime you go out and you're like, well, I see the buds, nothing there, there's still buds, and then you go to sleep and you wake up and the next day you go out there and you're like, what happened? The entire tree is blossoms, huge blossoms, like out of nowhere. And this is where I feel like this abundance, this overflowingness, whatever this thing is that you've been patiently growing, boom, here comes the fruit out of nowhere and fast. So that's what they have for you, T Sunshine. So hopefully that resonates, and that's what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. And thank you again for being a new subscriber. All right. So let's take a look here. I think we are almost done here. Let me just see here, make sure I'm not missing anyone. Oh, Aprilia, I see here. So you wanted also reading about your art studio, what's happened within the next 3 years. Just the next 3 years. Let's take a look here. All right. So it looks like they're going to give you year one, year two, year three. Oh, yeah. All right. So year one, oh yeah, definitely a lot of work to be put into it, right? It almost feels like a burden. A lot of energy is required in it, that also is a lot of harvest. So, you do put in a lot of work, but you're also going to get, this feeling of satisfaction and harvest and abundance from it. Year number two, you do have the eight of swords, which is eights are flowing numbers, so that you are flowing through and realizing what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets was making you feel blinded and bound and trapped. And so I feel like in year number two, you're learning a lot of lessons about what of your mindsets was impacting you in like year number one. Year number two, you're going, it's almost like your second child, although I have no children, but I've heard, and spirit knows, of course, they're showing me the second child, you're like a little less eh, about things because you're just like, I learned I had a lot of fears, and you're just like, you know what, I can enjoy the second child more because I'm not freaking out about and then by the third and fourth child, you're like, oh, I left him at the grocery store. No, but so the second year, you're learning a lot and releasing a lot of fears and flowing through things. So a nice flow, I feel, in year number two. And then year number three, you do have the Sage of Flames, the Queen of Wands. So a lot of fire, a lot of movement. She is very successful because she's able to really pinpoint her energy and get things done too. She also a lot of spiritual energy. She has, she rolls over flames, but she's also given water, so she's able to connect to spirit too. So the third year, I feel like because the second year you're letting a lot of mind stuff go, the third year you're really trusting your heart and your intuition, your gut, and things really flow beautifully. And the King of Wands is like entrepreneur energy, and the the Sage of Wands, the Queen of Wands, feels like that too. Very much able to get things done. People recognize them. They're confident. They walk into a room and people notice them because it's just you light up a room. And this is like what year number three would bring for you with that. So that is what they have for you, Aprilia. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. T Sunshine, we took care of that already. All right. Let me see where we're at here. Karan Sharma, hello, hello. So you want to know, is your husband Shatal married to any girl other than you? A no contact situation. Oh, okay. Wow. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about this situation here. We've we got the Master of Orbs, the King of Swords, the Seeker of Crystals is the Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunities opening up in the outside world, and a lot of thinking, a lot of mental type of energies. So I don't get like there's a third person here or another person um yet anyway. I feel like they're more in this analyzing, doing things, looking for new opportunities in their outside world. Kind of feel like they're really focused on planning their futures and getting things stable and that type of thing. I don't feel like they're. It's almost like there's so much caught up in their mind that they're not thinking about anything else. They're just like super focused on trying to do all this stuff. So I feel like a lot of opportunities are opening up in their outside world for job and different things, but I don't feel romance yet with the current energies right now. So that's what's coming through, Corinne. So hang in there. And yeah, when there's no contact, we always, when things are going slow, when things where you feel kind of like you're in hermit mode, where you're in solitary confinement, in a way where you're just like, it's the perfect time for us to turn inward and upward and connect to our higher love, because when we raise our love vibration, that will vibrate and attract what is for our life quicker back to us. So if you're meant to be with them for your highest experience, as you work on your self love, that expands all the energies, and your vibration goes up and it attracts things more aligned with that. If they're not meant for you, then they'll be repelled away. And then you'll know, well, this isn't for my highest experience, them being in my life. And so they've been removed out of my life for me. It's not happening to you, but it's happening for you. So that's what Spirit is kind of nudging, just to turn inward and upward, focus on your self love and connecting higher, not defining yourself by their actions, but looking and seeing who you really are on the inside. And then you'll see things energetically change, and then you'll be like, yeah, that's not for me anymore, or, oh, hello, you're back. It'll be that type of thing. All right, so hang in there. Many blessings to you, Karan. All right, hey, Ocean. I think we're almost in there. Hey, hi, priest girl. So Ocean, I will return to you, and I think you might be, oh, Rose. Yes, I have Rose and LA, late to the party. Um, all right, and Tiffany. Yeah, I still have a quiet few more to go. So High Priest Girl, thank you for your donation. I will jump down to you here. Um, and so you said you're single since a long time. How will you meet and marry your future spouse? Any details about him would be great. All right, let's take a look here. Rose, no, I have not done yours yet. I'm not sure I'm going to get there. I'm uh, past my 2 hours, so I'm gonna see how many I have left here, because it feels like there's a lot more than I thought. um, and I have to balance, but we'll take a look here. Let me just we'll pull High Priest's cards here, and then we will evaluate. All right. All right. So, um, as far as you want to know how you will meet them, you've got the Two of Orbs, which is the Two of Swords, and the Two of Crystals, the Two of Pentacles. So there's definitely this duality here, this two and two. And I almost it feels funny. It's because they're showing me in my head two people who are jugglers in a circus. your guys are funny. And you're like you're juggling like flames, right? No, you're like, let's say you're the two of swords, so you're juggling swords, right? And they're juggling crystals, so they're juggling, giant crystals, let's say. And you guys crossed paths, and some of their crystals, you start juggling some of their crystals, and they're juggling some of your swords, and you're like, whoa, look at this. And then you're like, wow, you're a juggler too, and you're pretty good. I feel like you meet in doing similar things, which is interesting. I never would have picked that up with those cards, but that's what they're bringing in. They're saying like you it's similar things, but it's different, but it's similar, but different, but similar. And that's where you meet each other. So you come across each other's path that way. So I like that. And then I like that they we have the Seeker of Flames, which is the Page of Wands. Fiery energy, very fiery energy. So I feel like with this, definitely fire signy type of energy that's coming in there. They definitely have a lot of um like a lot of energy, a lot of, that's why they're reminding me they're childlike. They're just very excited about life, like adventure. That's why I feel like it's just so, yeah, fun with juggling. Yeah, it just feels like, possibly that is something that they would do. Is like I would see them juggling because it's like they like doing different things and adventurous things, right? So I feel like they're very much they look at the world and wonder, and they like, like traveling. They like experiencing new things, new foods. They don't like staying home and being like a hermit, because I feel like they did before. The nine of crystals is like, nine is the hermit's number. Crystals, pentacles is like they found their worth in relationship to themselves. They have a good solid foundation in themselves that they just are ready. I almost feel like they, in their childhood, they weren't allowed to do a whole lot. And so they spend a lot of time with themselves, um, learning their confidence and their worth. And so that's why they're so confident in doing things new. They're not afraid of failing because they're like, I know who I am. I don't define myself by that stuff. I just want to go try stuff. So I really like it, and it's very beautiful here. You got the Wheel of Fortune, the Great Wheel. So it is, of course, faded, and it is, very much unfolding in beautiful, beautiful ways, and abundance in so many different ways. And I just really I like it because they, with this fire that they have for life, and the Nine of Crystals, the Nine of Pentacles, shows that they're well off, that they have a secure, because with whatever they do it very well, because they're intelligent, but they also have this fire that they can like do the job of three people, and so they get promoted, they get bonuses, they get the stuff where, of course, to afford to travel and do all this stuff, they have this foundation. So I like that for you. And that's what is coming through right now here regarding them. Um, so I do like this for you. I love the jugglers in a circus. So I feel like, so, it's like you don't find them by searching for them on a dating site, because they would never go on a dating site. They're too much about living life, and they don't feel like they have to find someone to complete them. They are whole in themselves. So you'll never find them on a dating site. You will find them by doing the things you love, not looking for someone, but by doing something that you love. And then you bump into them, and you're like, oh, well, we're juggling together now. So I like that. And that's what they have for you right now, High Priest Girl. So many blessings to you. All right. And again, thank you for your donation if I did not thank you for that. All right, let's see here. So let's see how many we have here. So we've got Ocean and Rose. and LA and Tiffany and Star Moon. So that's 5. All right, so we'll cut it off at that. Um, yeah, we should be fine here. So, Ocean, you want to know, what does the universe want you to do or advise about Ed? All right, let's take a look here and see what they have here. You know, I know when I say that, I hear myself say, and I'm like, oh God, if I heard myself saying that about my reading, I'd be like, never mind, I'm gonna go somewhere else. But spirit, they always tell you what is best for you, right? The 10 of swords here, this is someone laying down just sick and tired of trying to live up to all these expectations and a lot of disappointment, right? And we have the hermit card here, which is pulling back into yourself, letting your higher self and spirit guide the way, letting all these expectations go. This is an ending and a new beginning. And I almost, it's like, what advice? Just stop trying, right? It's like, just let it all go. Just go like, you know what? I'm not gonna live up to what they're wanting me to be. They're not gonna live up to all these expectations I have. So let me just let all the expectations go and go, you know what? They're gonna be who they are, and I'll either take it or I won't. And but I'm gonna focus in on me. And I'm gonna go into me and what did I learn through this interaction? What do I want to do going forward for me? And that's what I feel they're saying, because it's like the 10 of swords usually has someone like laying down, all the swords are stuck in their back and they are exhausted, trying to live up to all the expectations, trying to make someone else live up to all the expectations. And so the 10 of swords is like, let it all go and just start new. Look at things from a higher perspective, a different way of thinking, a different way of looking at it, and just free yourself, free them from the cage, free yourself from the cage, and just enjoy it for what it is or walk away. It's just like they're saying, you can't herd the cats. You just have to let the cat be the cat, and you're either going to enjoy it or you're like, all right, I'm walking away from the cats. So that's what's coming through, Ocean. So hopefully that helps with your situation there. So hang in there. Many blessings for you. And so that was that. I did all those, did those. So Rose with the brown R, or the white R in the brown circle. Hello. So you want to know what's coming towards you in love during the month of May. And be sure to check out the May monthlies are out as well. The playlist I'll post here in just a moment too, but it's on my main page here. All right. Wow. So also, I just put this in and it came flying back out. The Hermit's card. You've been on this inner search here, Rose, right? You've been doing the kind of feeling alone, kind of feeling wandering in the wilderness with spirit and guiding you, learning a lot about yourself and the world. And you're like, okay, I think I'm ready for, love. And they're like, we agree. Eight of flames, 8 of wands, fast moving passion coming in. So yes, you should be seeing some sort of um, spark within your heart and your body this month, and you're ready for love. You've let a lot of stuff go. You've moved a lot of emotions that no longer serve you, changed a lot of mindsets, released a lot of expectations, and so you're ready for the lab. You've learned a lot in the classroom. Now you're going to go put it into practice, and so here it comes. So get ready or not, and you are ready. So here they come. That is what they have for you, Rose, right now. So many blessings for you. Right. Hey, Tiffany. So, Tiffany, you'll be up here in just a moment. LA, hello, hello. So, late to the party. So, did your doctor fill out the forms you sent to him via email and send it off like he promised. We are in Mercury retrograde, so who knows? Let's take a look here. What do we have here? Okay. We do have the Master of Flames, the King of Wands, which is about entrepreneurship and action and movement. So that's a good sign here. We got all this flames here, all this action. Page of Wands, so action, 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 and three of Wands is like it's a different direction, but I feel like they got the information, they filled it out and are getting it to where it needs to go. And I feel like it went away that is different than you think it would go to wherever it's supposed to go. Like maybe they have an electronic system or something, but definitely with all these flames, that's all action, movement, movement, movement. So I would say that's an affirmative on all of these here. Um, the only thing I would caution is Seeker of Flames, the Page of Wands, and the King of Wands is the garbage. No, the whatever you focus on is what grows and expands, right? So, uh, if we focus on fear that they didn't do it, oh, but if we focus on gratitude for that, I'm thankful that they are doing what they promised and that they are watching out for me, and I'm grateful, that I have this support. Focus on that energy so it grows more. Focus on what you're grateful for, right? But I feel very positive about it with all those wands. So they did take action. All right. So that is what they have for you, LA. So many blessings to you. Lovely, lovely. You're so funny. All right. So Tiffany Harvey, will Andy ever give you a chance or will you always be best friends? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. You too. Take care, LA. All right. I feel like I want that one too. You know, I don't I don't know if there's going to be that kind of relationship between you guys because we've got the shadow here, which they've got a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets to really work through. Because the Knight of Orbs or the Knight of Swords has to do with they're in this pursuit of higher truths and trying to figure things out and trying to move their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. But this is a lot of rattling in the cage here, and with the ascension here, we've got it's double endings and double new beginnings, which is about being pulled to a higher purpose. And I feel like what they're trying to say here is like, no, I almost feel like they're saying like this web has been created between you two because there's someone else that is more in alignment with your higher self and what you're wanting with your life. So it's kind of like one of those old country songs, Thank God for an Unanswered Prayer, but not in the way that the song went. The song went like, I wanted to marry this person. I'm so sad I'd never, got to. And then I saw him married 5 years later, and I'm like, thank God for unanswered prayers, because that would have been me with them. And they were like horrible to each other. But I feel like yours is opposite, kind of different than that, where it would be fine with because you guys have been best friends, right? But I feel like there's someone even more amazing that's compatible in even more ways with you, that you're like, oh wow, you know, I'm sorry, Andy would have been, you know, good, but you have great, right? So that's what I feel is coming in for you, Tiffany. So that's what's happening. So many blessings to you. All right. Star Moon, you are up next here. So, how does Courtney feel about you? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right, that one one. Oh, and this one too. Okay. And I believe you are my last. Yes, I think you are my last one for this evening. Yes. So you will be my last reading, Star Moon. So let's take a look here. What are the feelings? Well, these cards keep coming out here. Well, whoa, ding, time's up. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Got the Nine of Crystals, which is Nine of Pentacles. This is this journey of, um, more, when you're asking about how they feel about you, they kind of almost see you as someone, um, I don't want to say unavailable, but they see you like because the Nine of Pentacles is someone in a garden by themselves, not needing anyone else. They've got spirit here, but there's someone that is like they don't need anyone else. They're confident and have found their worth within themselves. And so I feel like they're how they feel about you is like, well, they don't need anybody, you know? It's like that kind of you carry yourself like, I don't need anybody. They do see this, death and rebirth, this transition here too. And I almost feel like I don't know how long they've known you, but I feel like they see you as someone who has um transformed or like I feel like they think like you're a Scorpio. And because this death and rebirth is all about Pluto and Scorpio energy, and they feel like, wow, you're constantly reinventing yourself, and they kind of see you in that Scorpio type of energy, like you are in continual transformation. Like maybe even outwardly, you'll have blue hair, and then you'll have blonde, and then you'll have dark hair, and you'll have different clothing, different fashions, and you're like it feels like you're constantly reinventing yourself in a variety of different ways, and so they kind of see you that way too. They also see you here. Seeker of Flames is a page of wands, which is fiery energy. So I feel like this is just right in here. Even though Scorpios are water signs, I feel like you're very feisty, very active, very energetic, movement, and it's like you have this combination of Scorpio energy and fire sign energy, where you're in this transformational type of stuff, but you're also have this childlike wonder when the world and this awe and adventure, and I feel like that combination between it all is how they see you there. And then we have the Seven of Crystals, Seven of Pentacles, which is slow moving. And I don't feel like they will act on things fast because I feel like there's almost this feeling of I think um, that they feel they would bore you because you're constantly changing, constantly moving, and they're like, I don't know if I could keep up, right? And so I feel like there's this type of energy around it, but they're just kind of allowing things to unfold, that they're very intrigued and very just like, wow, I don't know. Like they said, I think they think that you would leave them in the dust. They'd be like, "Hey, let's go over here." Psh. And they're like, "Where'd you go?" They're like a mile backwards. And that's kind of how I feel like they feel around it. But that's what's coming through Star Moon. So many blessings to you. That's what they have right now. And thank you guys, everyone, so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. Definitely helps spread the Zen love. So thank you so much. And please know that I also have weekly giveaways on every Monday. Here is the video talking about how you can get into those. I gave away 10 readings on Monday for the month end and a celebration. And I'm going to be giving away 23 more total weekly readings um, for the entire month of um, May. So if you're interested, be sure to check out that video. Also, if you have not checked out your May monthly reading, here's the playlist for that. We have a lot of transformational energy going in this month for sure. So be sure to check that out. And then I also put out a pick a card, at least one a week. And the one I put out this week was what can help you in your current situation. I have a ton of other pick a cards also on my main page. So if you want to check those out, there's about abundance and career and life purpose and romance and of course love and all that, and a ton of other content as well. That's all free. So if you want to check it out, just click on my bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot name and it'll take you right over there, and all my playlists are on that first page. So that is what we have. I will be back tomorrow morning. I'm here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and Wednesday through Sunday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So I shall return. Again, thank you guys so much for all your love, all your support, and your thirst for hungering after spirit and hearing from them. Blows my socks off every time. And I really appreciate you guys. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your night, great rest of your day, wherever you're out in the world. And please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So I'll see you soon. You guys hang in there and you take care.